So today I just want to talk to you guys about the electoral college system in America, and quite frankly why I just don't agree with this system and don't think it's the best for our country. To explain to you what the electoral college system is, if you don't know, it's the way we elect our president here in America. It takes every state and it takes the popular vote of each party, and whichever party has the most popular vote, they're allowed to take their electors and they choose who they want for the presidential candidate. This eliminates third-party candidates and really makes it quite impossible for them to win an election, which is just one of the flaws. Before I talk about more, I want to give some background on the Electoral College. When it was made back in the late 1700s, it really made sense. There were multiple reasons they had it, one of which was because most people in America were very ill-informed about the presidents. They didn't have, the internet, they didn't have news like CNN or C-SPAN to really tell them the policies of each candidate. All they had was what they could hear by word of mouth when the presidential candidates would travel to different places and by small newspapers and pamphlets that they had. So that was one of the reasons that it was made. But now, obviously, with the internet, with television, it's not very necessary anymore. Another reason that the Electoral College was made was because the voting systems back then were so difficult to use. All of the votes were hand counted, they were handwritten, and a lot of them had to travel a very long distance from places like Maine all the way to Washington, D.C. But today we have, the computers, we have the internet, where votes can be sent in all of 5 seconds. So that just also makes the Electoral College system just a little irrelevant today. One of the biggest examples of the Electoral College failing America was in 2000 with the election between George W. Bush and Al Gore. In this election, Al Gore actually won more popular vote than George W. Bush did. But because of the way the Electoral College votes fell, George W. Bush ended up being elected president, even though more people in America voted for Al Gore. I just find this really I just find it very unjust and not the way that we should handle a democracy. So really to kind of conclude, the 3 biggest flaws that I think the Electoral College system has is that 1, it's irrelevant today, 2, that there's no third-party candidates that really have a chance in America, and finally, I'd just like to say that it's just not very democratic. When a majority of people can vote for one person, but another person be elected, I just don't feel like that's the way that America should run. That's not what we were founded on, and that's not what America's all about. I feel like the point of us having the democracy is so each person's opinion is weighted the same as everyone else's, because e pluribus unum means from many one, and just like from many people we have one president, from many people's votes I feel like that one president should be picked. We have 300 million people in this country, and I feel like a decision that affects 300 million people should not be based on the opinions of just 300. That's just how I feel about it. I just don't think it's right, and maybe you agree with me after this speech. Thank you.